In today's video, I'm going to be looking at some of your books and having a look to see if there's anything that I can see which could potentially help them make more sales. Hello, my name is Ben McQueeney, and if you haven't been to this channel before, I make videos on how you can make a great passive income selling low content and no content books on Amazon KDP. And if that sounds like something you like the sound of, then please subscribe to my channel, leave me a like, and hit that notification bell. Right, so a few weeks ago I put on a post on my low and no content self-publishing help group on Facebook. Basically, if anybody wanted me to have a look at their books and I could give them some potential tips on where they could be making some more sales. Okay, so let's go and have a look over in that group and look at that post. So here is my group here, and if you are interested in joining the group, it's completely free, guys. That is the URL, low no content self-publishing help. There it is. And if you see a balding man getting old, bless him, then you know you're in the right place. There he is. Okay, so let's just go down here, and I just bumped that post before. Let's just go here. There it is. Look at that little cat reading. So the idea was to have a look at people's books and to see if they've got any, areas for improvement that I could potentially see. Okay, so if I go to the comments and let's just have a look what we got. So, anybody fancy this? So we got a few. We've got one there from Abigail. We've got one from Michelle, and we got one from Jake, which was this one here. This is an anime book or something, and this is the Ultimate Air Fryer Guide. So okay, so there was four there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the three that I'd just pulled out, and let's have some comments on them. Okay, so the first one, let's look at this one. So this is Divine Word Hunt Scriptures Revealed by Abigail Find. Right, so the first thing that I can see with this is there is a low amount of ratings. There's a low amount of reviews. What I would suggest is to get, at least 20 reviews. Yeah, optimal would be 50. Now, I've noticed when I have been publishing my books that if I've got 50 reviews, I do tend to keep that book floating. And what I mean by floating, I mean floating at the top of the kind of Amazon ranks, so that you can constantly be seen and constantly make more sales because of your good bestsellers rank. The way that you would do that on a book like this would be to give out some freebies, send printables to people who could then print them out at home and then potentially leave you an unverified review. So that was the first thing. So the next thing is Divine Word Hunt Scriptures Revealed. Okay, so it's something religious, and I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of this because I'm not particularly clued up on all this kind of stuff. Okay, but it is a good niche. Yeah, it definitely is a good niche. But what I would say is Divine Word Hunt Scriptures Revealed. Well, it's a word search book, isn't it? Yeah, it's a word search book, right? But where do we say in the keywords word search? Word hunt, yeah, it's a different way of kind of putting it, and I'm sure that there is a little niche there for word hunt sort of thing. But to really capture that keyword, word hunt, you need to get these ratings up, okay, Abigail? And so for me, what I would have potentially done was put, divine word search. Because what you've got to think of is who's typing in word hunt. Yeah, there'll be some people who do that, but the majority of people will be typing word search, won't they? Or religious word search. Yeah, so we haven't got any religious written into the keywords. So one thing that I'm pointing out there is that it is really incredibly important how you title your books, guys. Yeah, so you've got to make sure that the research is done to ensure that you've got some keywords there in your title and your subtitle that are being actually searched on Amazon. Okay, because people putting define word hunt scriptures reveals probably quite low. Okay, now I'm not saying that this this is taking away from the quality of the book. I'm just saying. Okay, now if we have a look at the front cover, the front cover is okay. Although what I would say is there seems to be kind of for me maybe 3 font types there, which isn't particularly. It feels a bit jarring. It kind of jars a little bit. The other thing as well is if you actually look at this this cover, it seems like it's kind of not center. It's kind of like here and here. Now, for people who look at that, that does seem quite how do I put it? Independently published. Okay, so people will look at that and think, I'll perhaps go to, a book that looks a bit more professional, sort of thing. Okay, so that I think the elements and stuff are fine, but maybe tidy up the fonts so that they're kind of the same, and maybe centralize that a little bit. The other thing as well, of course, is this kind of like dark background and a dark font. What you want really is you want a contrast between the background and the font. So the easiest way to describe that is if you've got a white cover, you want a black font. If you've got a black cover, you want a white font. Okay, so obviously dark red and then the black. You've put a yellow thing around that, which is great, which is make it stand out, but just have it white in the first place for it to stand out a little bit more. Okay, moving on to this, which is the book description. Now, straight away, for me, it kind of looks like a bit of a wall of text. Okay, which is fine. But what you'd want to do is you'd want to improve the formatting of this with some bold, some italicized sections, and what you really want to do is kind of start this whole thing with a 1-sentence hook, a hook that is going to make someone want to then read the rest of this kind of pitch, because that's what an Amazon description is. An Amazon description is a pitch. Yeah, it's not a blurb. Yeah, you're pitching for someone's money. Yeah, so we really need to be a salesperson in the description and really hit the kind of emotive kind of notes that you want. So if people are kind of religious and stuff like that, you really need to get that across to them and sort of say, well, you like puzzles, you like your religion, marriage. Yeah, so we need that hook. Yeah, so enjoy the excitement of word search games and deepen your biblical understanding. Okay, you need to kind of think of a better hook than that for people to sort of really get into it. Okay, so going down here then, okay, so we've got $8.99, okay, which is generally okay for a word search. And you've got the hardcover there as well. Okay, so you've got 2 different formats, which is good. What I would probably do if I was you is I'd put your hardcover up to $19.99, just so that when someone comes and looks at it, they'll be like, "Oh, the hardcover's expensive. Oh, but the paperback is a good deal." Okay, so you've got more chance of, just through visual impact, that potential person would then go ahead and buy the paperback. So going down then, let's just pop down here and you can see some of the products which are kind of related to this item. Again, kind of religious sort of stuff. And okay, so bestsellers rank. Now this is a problem here. Yeah, you're in a category hunting and fishing humor. Right. I'm not sure what happened there, right? But you really do need to remove that category from your metadata, because obviously this book is not about hunting or fishing or even humorous, is it? You see, so that needs to be gone. But what I do like here is that we've got a video review, so people who are interested can see what's actually on the inside, and can see someone touching it, can see that kinesthetic, oh, that's what it actually looks like, okay. And for me, I found that if I get these videos on my books, it does actually tend to sell more books if people can see the damn thing, yeah. Right, so the next one then was, so that was the Divine Word Search. So the next one is this one by Michelle Burke Hunter. There she is. Lovely. Right, so let's just go to this one. So this one is Kiki and the Lost Leprechaun. Okay, so Kiki is obviously this character here, very nice, and there's some sort of lost leprechaun. The leprechaun is lost. He's lost. So he is. He's lost. The leprechaun is lost in the lavender maze. So he is. What I can see here straight away, Michelle, is that this is an epic amount of words in your title and your subtitle. Yeah. The other thing as well is Lavender Maze series. So is this this is a maze book, right? For mazes for kids. So they do the mazes, do they? Okay. So what is it? Is it a maze book, or is it a storybook? Amazing and captivating illustrations that head up each chapter. This art is really nice. I like the art. Yeah, children's imagination bloom in the lavender maze. Also, I think the maze is actually the setting, the backdrop for this story. This looks like it's a storybook. It is, but perhaps the magic of the maze makes reading and learning fun. When your child finds a word that they haven't come across yet, they can skip to the glossary at the back of the book to find out what it means. Right, so first, what I'm going to say here, Michelle, is I'm unsure to what style of book this is. Yeah, and just that alone, is going to be difficult to to kind of market, okay? Because is it a maze book, or is it a reading book, or is it both? It could be both, but we need to say that, don't we? Yeah. Now, going back to the keyword situation, Kiki and the Lost Leprechaun, nobody is typing that into Amazon to find this book, right? So join Kiki on her magical adventure through the Lavender Maze. Now, the good thing is you've got a Kindle version, so it must be a storybook. Yeah, it must be a storybook. So what you can do is you can change your subtitle on your Kindle version. And what you want to do is do a what it is subtitle. So what is this book? And I think that will help you. So if this book is a maze book, get it in there. The kids are going to follow a pen out the maze sort of thing. And maybe what they do is they bump into the words, and that's what teaches them it. Maybe a bit of, or it could be a story one side and a maze the other side. That would be an interesting idea. I don't know what it is, right? This is good. Yeah, you've got a decent amount of reviews, all 5 stars, very good indeed. And if we go down here, what's the bestsellers rank on here? Right, so 95,138. So this book is definitely selling, yeah, but we can do better, can't we? What we want to do is see, because I like this cover and I like this character, yeah, but getting across what this book actually is the challenge then, isn't it? Good thing about having characters in your books, by the way, is because you can build the brand around the characters, okay? And I think that's what you've started to do, which is great, okay? One thing that you could potentially do, 104 pages, you could put the hardback in, and just going back to the one that we were talking about, the religious word search, get a hardback version on there, have it on for $20 or whatever it is. Right, so I like this A+ content. This is really good. Nice logo, yeah. And we can see that we've got these nice illustrations by Zoe Mellors. And, this is generally good, but it's it's not showing me what's inside the book, and that's what I want to know, so I can understand what this type of book actually is. Okay, so we've got a meet the author piece of A+ content, but Michelle, yeah, we've also got this, haven't we, here? So look, you're repeating the same information twice, and you're wasting an opportunity here. So you could remove this and maybe have more pictures of the inside of the book, sort of thing. Right, so the next one is Jake. Now, Jake did post this original one, but then he posted this one. So I've just done this one. I've got this one up anyway. So let's have a look at this one. So this is Anime Colouring and Inking Practice. So Mechs and Monsters Volume 1, Colouring and Shading Basic Exercise Book for all ages, adults, teen, kids, to all skill levels, to expert, beginner to expert. So again, we've got 14 ratings, so we need more ratings on that, Jake. And we do have some low star ratings there. So what are these low star ratings? So two that, well, that one you can't see. What about this one? There's some amazing sketches inside, but most are so detailed it feels like you're trying to colour over manga artist completed work. You're going to get people like that, aren't you? You know what I mean? So it's obviously great quality, the actual book, but you're going to get some people doing that, aren't you? You know, they could do their own art, couldn't they? Anyway, so yes. Now, the first thing that I would say here, Jake, mate, I love this book cover, right? But for a literal fiction book, yeah, this by all purposes seems to be a colouring book, doesn't it? And you'd want it to say colouring book on the front, yeah. Now on the back, you've got it there, but on the front, to me, it doesn't seem to say colouring book, right? And you've got to think that people will be seeing this image as a thumbnail, so even more, it'll look more like a fiction book. So if somebody's looking for an anime colouring book, you know what I mean, then this doesn't seem to match it really. But the art is amazing, you know. And if you've done that, absolutely quality, mate, quality. But it's you know, it's more like an epic sci-fi thing, fiction book. Anyway, so let's just have a look at some other things. So you've just got paperback. You want to put on a hardcover as well and bump the price right up. As I say, get more reviews. Now this has got some great formatting, yeah, but I just think that this is a bit chunky, the description. Cut that down a bit. And look at this, there's a great call to action, right, which is what you want as well. And it's, you know, so I'm really happy with that. The other thing I would say is this kind of inking practice sort of situation. It is really niche. Yeah, it is really niche. So there's only going to be like, for example, an anime kind of colouring book. It's going to have an audience like this, isn't it? Yeah. But an inking practice book is probably going to have an audience like this. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I would do is I would always, if you've got this kind of anime colouring inking practice, lean towards the one with the bigger audience, yeah, so that, you know, you've got more chance of making more sales with a bigger audience. Okay, this is actually really cool. I do like this. This is really cool. Monstrous artwork, hours of colouring fun. Yes, it's a colouring book. It's a colouring book. You know what I mean? And I think it needs to say on the front, like you need it on the front so people can see it and be like, right, master the art of inking, right? So you see, I don't even know what that is. Use the work to mindset of a professional colourist, right? So, all right, yeah. So it's when somebody does the pencil artwork and then someone goes over with ink, don't they, to make it right? Yeah, I think I know what that is. Yeah, this A+ content looks good. Yeah, you've got probably a little bit too many words in the A+ content in terms of this description, but this stuff looks pretty good. Yeah. Introductory and beginning programming. I'm not sure whether that's the best category for this. Could be wrong. And look at this. Very good. This is very good because you can see what's on the inside of these books, which is brilliant. So my suggestion for this book in the series would be to probably change the keywords and try and make it go towards more a larger anime market rather than and maybe a cover change. I don't know, make it more kind of colouring booky, yeah. Just so that people can see that. I mean, the cover's class. It's a class cover, but it's just not a colouring book cover for me. I don't think. So, yeah. Anyway, take a look at that. Right. So, I hope you found that helpful. People who are watching. If you haven't joined that group, go over and join the group. I will leave the URL in the video description. Now, if you haven't already enrolled to my how to publish profitable low content books on Amazon KDP in 2024, then you want to go and do it, don't you, mate? Yeah, because it's fantastic. It's got, first of all, it's a bestseller on Udemy already. Yeah, it's only been going for a couple of months. 4.9 stars out of 5, over 150 reviews, over 650 people enrolled, yeah. And it's probably it costs less than buying a pizza. Mamma mia! So go, stop watching this and go and have a look at that. Now, if you have a look at this video, I think you might find that useful too. And until next time, bye.